Truth isn't trendy, it's eternal, positioning Israel doctrine as timeless and unshakable. I don't follow the crowd, I follow the covenant. Separates the movement from popular culture. The streets talk, I correct them. Asserts authority and credibility in debates. Israel doctrine, where facts cut deeper than feelings. Appeals to logic over emotion. If it's not scripture, it's just opinion. Keeps focus on the Bible as the foundation. I'm not here to be liked, I'm here to be right. Bold, confident tone that builds respect. This isn't religion, this is restoration. Shifts the brand from dogma to revival of truth.
Voyeurism of Hip Hop stands with survival, the truth they don't want you to see.
So voyeurism, I can't really say the word, but voyeurism, that's what we're talking about here in this podcast. So voyeurism of hip hop stands with survival, the truth they don't want you to see. But yet they put it out there all the time. Leak, you just did a thing for hip hop that stands with survival for voyeurism. She said she wanted to debate me, and I went over there to talk to her about the situation. I actually was trying to get over here on my show so I could control the atmosphere. I don't like going to other people's platforms, but I will. So I went over there, told her we can go over there, all of that. See, I'm in control of everything. So being in control of stuff, it falls on me on what's happening and what. She want to claim that she's bold and all of this. She's an ignorant woman, a cave woman. And I played her for what she is, an ignorant cave woman. You want to debate? I'll give you somewhat of debate. You got to pay money and stuff, though. She want always nothing. I make money, y'all. It's all good. But let's get into, because I did a blog earlier today, so I'm going to go back over the whole situation because this is what was going on. Like I said, I said it before, but I was attacked. I said Leaky was doing this because of Africa Bambaataa. I believe she's doing this because of Africa Bambaataa, and hip hop stands with survival. So what happened to the boy? Claim was exposed by hostile witnesses. These witnesses to what I've been done on YouTube are out here with this voyeurism, causing problems and trying to have me a part of their freaky deaky show because they out here doing stuff with their children and their this and that and everything. I got a daughter, I got a son, but they ain't around. Carl ain't never had the ability to harm them in no shape, form, or fashion. Their mothers took care of that. Though I believe, they had homes and stuff, but that's not what we didn't talk about. I can put my life out there all the time because I'm not ashamed of nothing I did in my life. When I was a young man, I was a crazy young man. Now that I'm a grown man, I'm a very intelligent grown man. But let's deal with this song. So we're going to deal with this portion of it. I liked it when it read it earlier. We're going to deal with just this, right? So let's get it. Let's get it copied and pasted so the computer can read it.
Supporters of the "What Happened to the Boy" movement argue that the boy was placed in danger by adults who should have protected him. Hostile witnesses came forward claiming knowledge of disturbing behavior.
So the boy was put in danger by hip hop stands with survival. Oh, her son did not take the picture to murder the boy. Her son did take the picture to murder the boy. The audio is in all the places that I done placed it. Can I find the original now? Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But we'll see if they keep pushing. Keep pushing. I have no problem. Like, I'm not going to die 1,000 deaths. I done already told y'all that I'm going to die once. Y'all don't have to get me in the court get me somewhere and kill me to stop me. But that's what they did to the boy, to stop him from speaking and telling his truth of what Africa Bambaataa did to him. They made the boy disappear. Did they kill him? I don't know. Did they pay him off? I don't know. All kind of things have been talked about when it comes to that boy. He's in jail. He's this. He's that. But let's go on.
Public discussion was necessary because, in their view, authorities failed to act.
Authorities failed to act. I called the FBI live on the Israel Doctrine Reloaded YouTube channel. They took that channel. I called the FBI, talked to them. I had the recording of it. I put it on this channel. Troy Star Terrain came over here and flagged the content, claiming that it was his, and YouTube allowed him to take the video down. This is what they doing. It's voyeurism, though, because all they want to do is see young children get whatever these freaky dicky crazy people are doing to young people, trafficking them and everything else. That's what hip hop, this stands what survivors want to see. And they're causing it on YouTube, in these YouTube streets. It's a shame. And then they want me to be a part of it. I'm not a part of it. Leak you, you're blocked again. I don't want you over here because I don't like the fact that you a voyeur. You sitting out watching sick stuff, trying to put me in the midst of it and everything else. Y'all lied and said I had sex with the young girl, forcing me to come out and say what really happened. Because y'all said it when we were sitting up there talking. Y'all said I had got a blowjob. So did I have sex, or did she give me oral sex? Or did I take oral sex, or whatever lie y'all want to make up to have y'all voyeurism going on and stuff?
To respond that the accusations rely heavily on interpretation rather than verified evidence.
See, that's what they doing too. They doing it to me. Well, it never went to court. It never did this. He never been prosecuted. He never this. He never that. None of this stuff ever happened to me. But y'all out here trying to give y'all a public opinion about what I did, what I do, this, that. That was not a debate. That's why I said I didn't come over there for a debate. You would have had to have a moderator if it was a debate. Ignorant woman. Nobody never told you how to have a debate. I ain't never had a debate before. I don't know what to do. Right. You were trying to get me over there, talk to me, and ask me about 60-year-old men having sex or marrying young women. I seen it a mile away. Then you confessed that you was doing shows talking about my mental stability or whatever before then. So the debate was just to say that was his mindset. You's a sick woman. You a sick woman. But I'm not going to go viral on you. I ain't going to cuss you out. I'm just going to talk about the fact that you, Layla Wills, Khalil, the Morning Star, and all y'all sick people are sitting back watching this stuff and y'all loving it. Y'all probably doing what Khalil said he was doing, sitting back looking at video vixens playing with himself. That's what y'all doing, watching children get home, playing with y'all selves.
Claims were amplified through social media without due process. Serious allegations should be handled strictly through lawful investigation, not public trials.
But y'all want to put me in a public trial. But when I was putting Layla Wills and all the people on public trial and all that, Khalil Money was sitting beside me. But he switched sides. He went with them because they got inside stuff where they can do stuff. Shamir Bey called up and said, me and Bambaataa be sitting back watching you in Israel Doctrine. Y'all need to stop that and everything else. So they told him, we'll give you a movie deal and you can talk about your cult life and all that. And you can legacy, you can cement your legacy. So he sold his soul to them for movie rights and stuff. All the while sticking toes in his grandbaby mouth, all of that stuff. Making videos, the police ain't gonna come to my house, this and that. All this stuff is because they're voyeurs. They want to sit back and watch this crazy stuff go down. They don't just want to sit back and watch it go down. They want to make crazy stuff happen so they can sit back and watch it and play with themselves because they get off watching children be trafficked, sex violations, and everything else. Some sick bastards, but hey.
Hip-hop was born as a voice for survival. It came out of poverty, over-policing, broken schools, and neglected neighborhoods. It was never just entertainment, it was testimony.
So, hip-hop is not just entertainment, it's testimony. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. When that music was coming out, they was talking about real stuff. And just that song there alone, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. That's what they want to do. They want to push people they close. That's why Hassan, they attacked him. Ron Savage, they attacked him. Me, they attacked me. They did all that. They made this place, YouTube that is, a place where you can come and watch all type of sickness that they create. They traffic the children, and now they sitting back talking about we shouldn't traffic the children and this and that and everything else. And they caused the problem, and then they come playing like they got the solution. Marcy Hamilton can't help them children because she's running with the solution and the problem. Like the wheels is the problem and the solution. Troy Star Terrain is the problem and the solution. Khalil Money, the problem and the solution. Link You, the problem and the solution. It's called hypocritical stuff that they're doing.
But somewhere along the way, hip-hop became a spectacle, and the culture shifted from speaking truth to being watched. This is where the voyeurism begins. Voyeurism in hip-hop is the public's obsession with watching black struggle without understanding it, correcting it, or
black struggle without understanding or correcting it. So you get
helping to change it.
Get a mental patient like Lil Nas X and have him dancing on Satan lap and stuff, and nobody ever trying to correct it. None of the 60-year-olds and stuff in the community advocating against it. They advocating for more of it. He's the reason he's sitting on Satan lap and doing what he's doing. Khalil Money and DJ K Slate brought that to hip hop. They brought homosexuality, sodomism, and all that stuff to hip hop. If you see the thumbnail, that's a Greek whatever with two men having sex and a man back there watching them to show what they doing with hip hop stands with survival. They got the Hebrews in it, the Hebrew Israelites, all kind of stuff, people. They punishing the community and they sitting back whacking off to it.
Pain becomes content. Drama becomes currency. Survival becomes a show. Labels, media platforms, and audiences often reward artists not for growth or wisdom, but for how vividly they can display destruction.
See, that's what I was doing. See, just last month, I was mad, upset, and everything. I was just getting myself together. And all I was doing is minding my business, teaching. I was minding my business, Khalil the money. Well, I give you 1,005, whatever, to debate you. This, that, woo, woo. They did everything they could to get me to come from behind this and everything, to start showing my face on and everything else. Because I could have brought destruction to the YouTube streets. I chose not to, because I joined hip hop to help the hip hop community heal itself. But then next thing I know, when trying to help them to heal themselves, they try to get me into this whole let's watch car destruction and everything else. When got Unseen Soldier lie, he had sex with a girl, this and that. No, I didn't have sex. I corrected y'all. Then you can't stand the correction that I didn't have sex. I got a blowjob. And I didn't force nothing. But y'all can't talk about that. Just like I said, I gave my niece a hickey, and y'all tried to say I had sex with my niece. What the hell wrong with y'all? Y'all want to see something? Y'all should be looking for righteousness and righteous conversation and stuff. But y'all just sick people creating sick stuff to sell to the community. We the sickest bastards on YouTube. I agree with you, Beavis and Butthead.
The more violent, chaotic, or scandalous the image, the more attention it receives. This is not accidental. Modern hip-hop often stands with survival, but only at its lowest level. Survival without healing.
So, hip-hop stands with survival. Layla Wheels and Ron Savage only stands with those that are on the lower level of things. They deal with the lower level stuff to bring it out and sell it to the community. They sold you her son Camel because her son Camel took a picture to murder the boy, but they wouldn't tell you that. Then when I brought it out, Lady Wheels went and wrote the hip hop museum and put it in there. And everything else. And they got the whole story. But once again, they bring the problem and then they call themselves what's the term? They call themselves saving the people and stuff, the solution. They come with the solution and they get all the money. They got all the money from the LGBTQIA plus community. They got all the money from hip hop and all that stuff. They didn't rape everybody. The Jews and everybody, they didn't got money from everybody.
Survival without elevation. Survival without accountability. As long as artists are merely surviving and not transforming, the system remains comfortable. The moment hip-hop starts talking about...
You know why? Because it's a Jewish system created by the Ashkenazi Jews and stuff. That's why Mad Hoffa and all these people that's been bought and sold in hip-hop and stuff is who they are and stuff.
Discipline, structure, faith, ownership, or true independence, support disappears. Algorithms slow down. Invitations dry up. The cameras turn away. The truth many don't want to see is that voyeurism depends on stagnation. Growth threatens the viewer. Empowerment ends the show. Many consume.
See, so why my views are low? Because I'm a positive person that these voyeurs are trying to dirty up and sell to the people. They don't have nothing else to sell. They don't have nothing to talk about. I'm their everything. I'm their everything. I'm their only content. If they make content, it's to try to entrap me in a debate or argument or something that I didn't ask for. If I asked them, they would run. Khalil Money most definitely run. I'm not arguing. I'm not debating with you. Ever since I've known him, I've been trying to debate him on homosexuality or sodomism, and he won't do it. He debated Hebrew Israelites on it. He debated a comedic polite on it. A guy that went and shot his semen on a young girl and everything. You know why? Because they had to still do what they do. It's voyeurism. Sarnetta into it too. You know why he into it? Because he let Polite have his little cousin or his wife cousin. Would never tell the community. Would never tell the community when they took Dr. Sadie's, locked him up and murdered him and all that stuff. I've been around all this stuff, seeing these things, trying to correct these things. They just tried to dirty me up then. They ain't never tried to let me be me in the community and get some money and stuff. They always got to try to manipulate the situation and get the money.
Members of hip-hop culture are not invested in the lives of the people they watch. They are invested in the drama. Beef, self-destruction, incarceration, and death are consumed like episodes in a series. When something tragic happens, timelines filled with reactions, jokes, and hot takes, but real change never follows. This is voyeurism masked as fandom. Even within the culture, this mindset has been internalized. Artists are pressured to relive their worst moments repeatedly because that is what sells. Escaping the streets is praised in words, but punished in practice. An artist who matures, becomes spiritually grounded, or challenges the system is often labeled boring, preachy, or fell off. Meanwhile, those spiraling publicly are called real. That contradiction exposes the lie. Hip hop does not fail because it talks about pain. It fails when pain is all it is allowed to talk about.
When all it is to talk about, they can't talk about nothing else. You know why? Because they're trapped in the culture. They're trapped in the culture. I'm not trapped in the culture. That's why I get attacked every day. So let's get the note back out and deal with stuff. I'm getting an email, so I'm not didn't want to get the information of, but it is what it is. What's the matter? It's not playing. So for some reason, it's not playing, people. I don't know what's going on. Might have to take the rest of this up in the morning, but let's see. It's not playing. But yes, people, this is what's going on. That's what happened with the so-called debate tonight. That's why I wanted to sit down and talk about the debate and set up the parameters of what was going on and how we was going to move and who was going to move and everything. I don't watch that cave woman. I do not watch that cave woman. I don't know what she's doing or her build up for stuff, but I do recognize that she's a deranged cave woman from the Caucasus Mountains. Half of her is, and white folks or Gentiles worship devils. She's gonna do some devilish stuff because of her nature and who she is. Gentiles worship devils, and that's who she worships. As Tazariak said, you got a black man and you got a white man, or you got a slave and you got a long owner, and they both praying to the same people. Now, one is white and one is black. One is praying to his black God, and the other one is praying to his white God. And nowhere in history have you had white gods until this century or whatever they start making white people God. Jesus white and all of that. Black people always been prayed to black gods and stuff. See, I am who I am, and I know my people. But that's what ISUPK do, because they in the voyeurism too. They want to see the children get fondled and all that stuff, and talking about them doing the stuff they did or whatever and everything. Like I said, oh, maybe he was scarred when he allowed that girl to give him a blowjob. I never had a blowjob, and I didn't like it once I got it because it was too much blob and stuff. I had to learn about it. So just like Solomon, yeah, I did some things that I probably shouldn't have did to learn some things that I probably really didn't want to know about. But it is what it is. It is what it is, people. And the voyeurs want to see it and hear it. but they don't see and hear properly.
Survival is important, but survival is not the destination. Survival is the starting point. The original mission of hip hop was to turn survival into a strategy, and strategy into power. It was about telling the truth so clearly that change become unavoidable. Voyeurism hijacks that mission by turning truth into entertainment instead of action. The truth they don't want you to see is simple: a healed, disciplined, conscious hip hop culture would be dangerous to systems built on exploitation. It would produce thinkers instead of crash outs, builders instead of victims, leaders instead of spectacles. And that is exactly why voyeurism is promoted. Hip hop still stands with survival, but the next fight is for evolution. The culture must decide whether it will remain something people watch from a distance or become something that actually transforms lives. The cameras are always on. The question is, who controls the narrative and who benefits from what they see?
Who control the narrative and who benefits from what they see. And as a quote unquote Black community, we need a national identity. That's why me and Reed Royale will be debating on President Day on the 16th about nationalism, which one is best for our people, so on and so forth, to try to fix the problems in the community. Because the Black community need to control their own everything, their music, their everything. But they didn't allow the Ashkenazi Jew to get too much power, and money corrupts people that are trying to do right. I asked for money just to get money because they running around here giving everybody money. I mean, I want some money too, because money gives you power. Money is power. And they think they got money, power, and respect, but they ain't got no money that I care about, no power, no respect that I care about. And with that said, I'm finna get up off of here. It's a nighttime show. I don't do nighttime shows, but I am up. I've been listening to the lies and the voyeurism that goes on Leak You channel, because she's a voyeur. And all she want to see is young children cracked out, homosexualized, and everything else. You know, she's trying to get me to be a part of it, but I don't want to be a part of it. Yet, she's always trying to make me a part of it. With that said, I'm out, y'all. Enjoy the podcast. Hopefully, y'all do that. Hit the notification bell for the next podcast, the next show I do, next information when we put it out. Peace.